Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. We got a good group of you already on board this evening. Thought we'd start this broadcast just a little bit early. As you can see, the pregame clock hasn't started yet. Still just a couple minutes away from the start of that 20-minute pregame clock, but wanted to make sure we gave everybody ample opportunity to get connected here this evening, and glad to have all of you along with us, all of you early birds. Thanks very much for joining us here on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. We do not have the starting lineups yet for the Gothenburg Swedes. We're anxiously awaiting that. As soon as we can get that information, we'll get that gathered up and pass that along, as well as the starters for the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. And the Mustangs with a little tweak to that starting lineup. We'll get to that in just a little bit in the pregame show. But very exciting. It's going to be a great atmosphere here this evening from Sidney High School as the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs get ready to take on the Gothenburg Swedes for a berth in the state tournament. And there is the start of the 20-minute clock, and away we go. We will step aside, and we'll be back with starting lineups and pregame analysis in just a bit here on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net coverage of Mustang Basketball 2016.
Cheer for your team and be there for all of the excitement. For championship ticket information, visit the Nebraska School Activities Association's website.
New Holland is the undisputed leader in hay tools. We give farmers a wide range of innovative equipment that increases efficiency and productivity all year round. Because to us, smart means providing a smooth, clean cut with faster dry down, plug-free conditioning, and superior bale density. And smart means leaving less hay on the field to feed more livestock in less time. The gold standard has been raised. Visit your local New Holland dealer today.
let's take a look at the starting lineups for these two teams as we work our way through the pregame clock here. Just over 15 minutes left to go before the tip-off of today's game between the 8th-rated Gordon-Rushville Mustangs and the 9th-rated Gothenburg Swedes. Glad to have you along with us here this evening on Sheridan County Journal-Star.net. For the Gothenburg Swedes, they come into tonight's game with a season record of 19 wins and 7 losses. They are an offensively potent team, 3 players averaging in double digits on the season for the Swedes. Starting this evening for the Gothenburg Swedes, number 12, Dawson Graham. He leads the team in scoring. He is a 6'2" junior, and he averages 20 points per game. His high was 35 points. That came against Ainsworth. Number 20 is Patrick Messersmith. He is a 5'9" senior, averaging 3 points per game. Number 24 is Colin Hahn. He is a 6'2" junior. Hahn averaging 10 points and 4 rebounds per game. His high on the season in scoring was 18 points, and that came against Holdridge. Number 30 is Riley Ostendorf, a 6'2" senior. Ostendorf averaging 3 points and 5 rebounds. And number 42, Ty Clement, the 6'7" junior. Clement averaging 12 points and 9 rebounds per game. His high on the year, 25 points just a few games ago against Winnebago in a losing effort. So the Mustangs will have their hands full. This is a big and an experienced lineup. There are only 3 sophomores on the roster. Everybody else, juniors and seniors. So a lot of experience and a lot of height. The Mustangs, rated number 8th by the Lincoln Journal-Star in the latest rankings. An 18-5 record on the season. Starters this evening. We told you there was a little shakeup in the lineup. We'll get to that momentarily. Number 3, Ryan Schwarting, the senior, 5'8" tall, averaging 16 points to lead this team in scoring. Ryan, of course, with his season high in scoring coming against the Hemingford Bobcats in the semifinals of the Western Trails Conference Tournament. And number 4, Dylan Schwarting, the 5'9" freshman, gets the start tonight again, averaging 8 points per game this season. His high was 17 against the Kimball Longhorns. Number 12, Corby Campbell, cracks his way back into the starting lineup this evening. The 6'3" sophomore, averaging 6 points and 4 rebounds per game. Corby has been recuperating from a nasty finger injury. Glad to have him back, and this will be his first time returning to the starting lineup since before that injury over a month ago. Number 22, Trace Bagan, a 5'10" sophomore, averaging 6 points and 4 rebounds per game. And number 24, Jared Nelson, the 6' sophomore. Jared averaging 11 points and 3 rebounds per game. Jared's high in scoring on the season was 23, and that came against Ainsworth in the, I think it was the 3rd game of the season. As we look at these two teams, very, very similar on paper. The Mustangs average 56 points per game. Gothenburg averages 58 points a game. Where the Swedes do have the advantage statistically is in rebounds. They average 30 rebounds per game to the Mustangs 24. They also average 5 blocks as opposed to the Mustangs 2, and that very much a function of the size, especially of Ty Clement, the 6'7" junior, down in the paint. Both teams very similar in field goal percentage. Mustangs shoot 45% from the field, and the Swedes shooting 44%. The Swedes also with a couple more steals per game. They've got 9 steals as opposed to the Mustangs 7. 11 minutes and change left to go in the pregame warm-ups between these two teams. Glad to have you along with us here tonight. We'll take a break and we'll be back in just a minute with a little more pregame analysis after a word from our sponsors here on Sheridan County Journal-Star.net.
New Holland is the undisputed leader in hay tools. We give farmers a wide range of innovative equipment that increases efficiency and productivity all year round. Because to us, smart means providing a smooth, clean cut with faster dry down, plug-free conditioning, and superior bale density. And smart means leaving less hay on the field to feed more livestock in less time. The gold standard has been raised. Visit your local New Holland dealer today.
Nelson kicks it out for Schwarting. Underneath for Conroy. Great look. Great look. He's got 6 points. It's 15-29. 6:05 to go. Trace Bagan drives baseline. Flips that shot up and good. Picked off by Jensen. Coming the other way. Jensen is blocked. Denied by Dylan. Ryan Schwarting loses the handle. Now they go inside for Garrett Wires. And Garrett is blocked by Sean Combs. Great defensive play by Sean Combs. Ryan Schwarting able to hit the brakes. Guarded closely by Trace Bagan. He's trapped over against the sideline. Doesn't make a good pass, and it's Mustangs coming the other way. They flip it to Nelson. Good pass by Nelson. Let's get a replay. Bolender on the dribble. Leaves it in the corner for Nelson. He tries baseline. Scoop shot up and under. Catch a replay on that. Work Benj with a big pick that time, and the Mustangs return the favor and take it right back. Jared Nelson under the basket, up and good. 5-13. There's another steal. Ryan Schwarting takes that one away. Leaves it for Nelson. Nelson is fouled and the basket counts. Makes it both ways now back across to Dylan Schwarting. To Jared Nelson cutting down the lane. Nice look for Trace Bagan. Catch a replay on that. Well done. Mustangs out in front. They leave it outside. Morgan Holbert for three. That one is short, but Sean Combs with the rebound. Catch a replay on that one. But he can't quite finish. Combs kicks it outside. Ryan Schwarting, little scoop up and under. Catch a replay on a stoppages in play. Marco over the top, but take it away. Nifty steal that time to keep your score up to date for you, and I don't always remember. Here's Dylan Schwarting down the lane. That is replay worthy. Everspecher answers right back. Here's Dylan Schwarting at the other end. Scoops it inside for Sean Combs. Altered his shot. Pull-up jumper, no. Tried to go inside with it, but tipped away by the Mustangs and alertly picked up by Dylan Schwarting. Dylan with a nifty pass and then back to Ryan. That one. Mustangs are doing a good job of picking up the slack. Ryan tried to go inside, picked up by Rhett Conroy. Good tough work inside, gets his rebound. Mustangs starting to feel it. Lead it by 13. Spin move in the lane to Campbell, up and good. He'll work to his left. Dylan Schwarting, nifty move up and under, and that one in. Well, if that doesn't get your blood pumping, I don't know what does. That's just a compilation of some of the highlights, certainly not all of the highlights from the season, but we had a little bit of fun this morning putting that together, and we hope that you enjoyed it. It is available up on Facebook if you haven't seen it already at the Sheridan County Journal-Star Facebook page. Glad to have you along with us. Let's take another look at a little closer look at these two teams. The Gothenburg Swedes, 19-7. Their quality wins this season came against North Platte St. Pat's. They finished the season at 16-8. They also defeated Perkins County. They finished with 14-9 as a record, and the Sutherland finished at 14-8. Key losses for this Gothenburg team. They lost to Southern Valley. They lost to Class B Gearing. They lost to Class C2 Centura. They also lost to Class B Hastings. They lost twice to Ainsworth, and they lost to the 28-0 and top-rated Winnebago. Not sure what Winnebago's mascot is. They lost to 28-0 Winnebago, and they are tops in the C2 division in the state. For the Mustangs, 18-5 the season record. Quality wins for the Mustangs. They beat the Hemingford Bobcats twice. Hemingford finished at 16-7. They beat the Mullen Bronx. Mullen at 21-3, and Mullen, of course, still alive. They'll be playing tomorrow night in their district final, and that'll be against Anselmo Myrna. And that is tomorrow night. They defeated Hyannis, 14-9 was their record. Of course, the Mustangs defeated the Bridgeport Bulldogs. At the time, they were rated 6th in the state. They beat them twice within a week. Bridgeport at 21-4, and Bridgeport playing tonight in the C2-6 final against Amherst, trying to punch their ticket to the state tournament as well. So the Mustangs have defeated some quality teams this season, and some quality teams that that Gothenburg can't really list as wins in their column. Gothenburg's still a very, very good team, but Mustangs with a little stronger resume coming into the game. The key losses for the Mustangs: they lost to Ainsworth at 17-6. They lost twice to the Shadron Cardinals. Shadron's record just 10-12, but that is a very, very deceptive record. All 10 of those losses, except for the last one, all 11 of those losses, except for the last one, came at the hands of Class B competition. The Mustangs were the only Class C1 team to defeat Shadron this season. And then they lost twice to the Alliance Bulldogs, and Alliance at 13-7, and no slouch in Class B. The Mustangs come in with 9 straight wins. They've got a good winning streak going as they come into tonight's game. The Lincoln Journal-Star does have the Mustangs rated 8th. They've got Gothenburg rated 9th, and the Journal-Star has picked the Mustangs to win this game tonight and advance to the state tournament for what that's worth. We hope that's not like the Corso Kiss of Death on ESPN, but that is what it is. And Gothenburg, we think, will be the home team tonight with the 19-7 record. The Mustangs at 18-5. Let's run through those starting lineups one more time for you. For the Gothenburg Swedes, number 12 is Dawson Graham. Number 24 is Colin Hahn. Number 30 is Riley Ostendorf. Number 20 is Patrick Messersmith. And number 42, Ty Clement. For the Mustangs, starters tonight: Ryan Schwarting, Dylan Schwarting, Corby Campbell, Trace Bagan, and Jared Nelson. Say thanks to sponsors of today's action, and it's important to note that it does cost money to broadcast these games, and the school was able to line up some very generous anonymous donors, and they paid the fee that allows us to be down here and broadcasting from this district game here in Sydney. And so for those of you anonymous donors out there, you know who you are. Thank you very, very much for your support. Sponsors tonight of tonight's basketball action for the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs: the First National Bank of Gordon, Strong Insurance, Gordon True Value, Hins Home Furnishings, Grocery Mart, Accountant Carol Child, Gardner, Lautzenheiser and Ryan, PC, Share Real Estate, Sides and Milburn Ford, Modern Farm Equipment, and the Sheridan County Journal-Star. Say thanks to those folks. They make it possible for us to bring these games to you. 2.5 minutes left to go before the national anthem and the introductions of the starting lineups. This is a big-time, big-game environment from Sydney. It is an outstanding facility here in Sydney. Cabela's with a big part of that, as their name firmly emblazoned on the wall down here, and it is a very, very nice place to play and a wonderful place to broadcast from as well. We'll step aside one more time for another word from our sponsors before we get to the starting lineups here on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net.
Putting burgers on the grill and cheese on burgers doesn't just happen. It takes a lot of smart farmers making smart decisions all along the way. We're committed, along with our dealers, to delivering the hay tools and all the other equipment you need to get the job done right. New Holland.
Well, glad to have such an outstanding and large group of viewers here this evening. We're going to set a basketball record here tonight, as we've got a whole bunch of you on board, and we are glad to have you with us. The whole crew is here. I'm Clint Anderson, along with broadcast engineer Jacob Grover and cameraman Jesse Moss. We're under a minute left to go on the pregame clock. Both teams over at their benches, and there is absolutely no reason for these kids to be nervous this evening, because I think I've got that covered entirely for them by myself. This is really awesome. It's a great great environment, and it has been an outstanding season for these kids, these Gordon-Rushville Mustangs that won 4 games a year ago. They come into tonight's game at 18-5. What a turnaround, as now we'll turn it over to the public address announcer and the national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to welcome you to Sydney Public Schools, the Cabela's Athletic Facility, and the championship game of the C16 District Basketball Tournament game. Tonight's game between the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs and the Gothenburg Swedes. The Gordon-Rushville Mustangs, coached by Joel Nelson, assistant coaches David McNoyes and Harry Wicks, and let's start this way, senior number 3, Ryan Schwarting. Freshman, number 4, Dylan Schwarting. A sophomore, number 12, Corey Kimball. Introducing the Gothenburg Swedes, coached by assistant coaches and John Graham. He will start this way as junior number 12, Dawson Graham. A senior number 20, Patrick Messerschmidt. A junior number 24, Colin Hahn. Senior number 30, Riley Ostendorf. And the junior number 42, Ty Clement.
So there are the starting lineups for the two teams. For the Gothenburg Swedes, number 12, Dawson Graham, number 20, Patrick Messersmith, number 24, Colin Hahn, number 30, Riley Ostendorf, and number 42, Ty Clement. For the Mustangs, Ryan Schwarting, Dylan Schwarting, Corby Campbell back in the lineup, Trace Bagan, and Jared Nelson. Probably a few more Gothenburg fans here tonight than there are Mustang fans, but we know that those folks are going to make an awful lot of noise. The Mustang fans right down in front of us and ready to be in full throat. Both teams have brought their bands with them, and so it really makes for a wonderful atmosphere. We're going to have some great entertainment here this evening. Both teams are shaking hands and getting ready to go as the Gothenburg students already wound up and ready. And it'll be Clement in the center circle to jump it up against Corby Campbell. Not much of a match there as the 6'7" Clement saves it in or wins the tip, but then it's lost out of bounds by Ostendorf. And it'll be Mustang basketball after the turnover on the tip. So just underway in the first quarter. Mustangs will have it on offense. Gothenburg comes out in a 2-1-2 zone. Nelson at the point, penetrates in, kicks it out. Dylan Schwarting back to Nelson. Three-pointer from the top of the key for Nelson. That's off the back iron, no good. And it's rebounded by Messersmith. They'll get it to Dawson Graham. Graham averaging 20 points a game. Onto the wing for Hahn. Hahn on the dribble. Mustangs in a man-to-man defense. Corby Campbell has drawn the task of guarding the 6'7" Clement. So here's Graham up to Messersmith, swings it around to Hahn. They go high post, down low for Clement. Clement easily off the glass and good for the first two of the game. And Gothenburg out to the 2-0 lead, 7:05 to go in the first quarter. Now they're going to pick up the Mustangs at half court. That one slapped out of bounds by Graham. So Gothenburg's going to try and pick the Mustangs up right at that half court line and force the turnover. They nearly got it that time. Nelson will cross over and gets it on the wing to Ryan Schwarting. Ryan will pull it out, back up to Nelson. 6:50 to go. Schwarting on the wing, that's Ryan. Into the corner for Nelson. And back to Ryan. Ryan swings it around, nearly taken away by Graham, and there's a foul on Ostendorf. That'll be his first, trying to go for that steal. Miscalculated, and that'll be his first. Nelson takes the inbounds, and the Mustangs set it up. Gothenburg extends that zone way out there, trying to make things difficult. There's another three-pointer. That one's in and out, but rebounded by Dylan Schwarting, and they're going to say Dylan pushed off. That'll be Dylan's first. One foul apiece. 6 minutes, 29 seconds left to go in this first quarter. So the challenge for the Mustangs is going to be to keep it out of the hands of Ty Clement down low. Graham sets it up out of a 1-4 set. He works to the right wing. Now he accelerates to the basket, scoops it up and under, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Campbell. Ryan Schwarting brings it up the floor. Cross-court pass to Nelson. Nelson drives in. That one nearly blocked by Clement. Had to adjust the shot, and he missed it. Now Messersmith kicks it out. This is Hahn. Hahn points, directing a little bit of traffic. Now he'll work to the right. Hahn switches hands, drives in, kicks it out. Ostendorf inside. Clement has it. They double team him. Now they go right back in, but tipped out. And that's going to be tapped out of bounds by the quick hands of Trace Bagan. Gothenburg will maintain possession. 5 minutes, 41 seconds left to go first quarter. 2-0. Gothenburg with the early lead. They get it into Graham. In the corner, he's guarded by Ryan Schwarting. Up top for Messersmith, now around to Hahn. Hahn looks inside, over the top to Clement, and that is way too easy. Clement with 4 points and a 4-point Gothenburg lead with 5 minutes and 23 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Again, they extend that defense out. They know that they've got Clement inside. Here's a three-pointer on the way from Ryan Schwarting, and that's off the mark and rebounded by Hahn. Hahn brings it up, maintains his dribble, drives to the baseline, and he'll be fouled. I believe that'll be on Jared Nelson. It is on Nelson. His first and the second Mustang foul. 5:01 to go first quarter. Hahn back into the corner for Graham. Three-pointer is up, and it is nothing but net for Dawson Graham. And it's a 7-0 lead. Mustangs trail early. 4:50 to go in the first quarter. Mustangs have got to find a way to deal with this pressure. There's a takeaway. Graham can't get it to fall, and Nelson picks up his second personal foul. Things not going the Mustangs' way early as they trail by 7. 4:42 to go. And Dawson Graham at the free throw line for 2 free throws. Graham is the leading scorer at 20 points a game. The first one falls in, and it's 8-0. As now Sean Combs comes into the game, and a timeout called by the Mustangs. Coach Nelson wants to talk this over with 4 minutes and 42 seconds left to go in the first quarter. And the First National Bank of Gordon proudly celebrates 125 years of locally made decisions and supporting our community. And did you know that Strong Insurance is your independent insurance agency? They represent a variety of insurance companies, and they sell the products that most appropriately meet the needs of their clients. As an independent agent, they review many quotes, and they offer their clients the best policy options available. They don't work for any one insurance company. They work for you at Strong Insurance in downtown Gordon. 4:42 to go, first quarter. Mustangs trail it by 8. Dawson Graham at the free throw line for the second of a two-shot foul. Sean Combs into the game. Second free throw is short. Combs clears the rebound. Let's see what the Mustangs have cooked up here coming out of the timeout. Onto the wing for Bagan. Into the corner for Schwarting. Nifty pass to Bagan, and he swings it around. Ryan on the wing and back up to Dylan Schwarting between the circles. Over the top to Bagan. High post for Campbell. Kick it out for Dylan Schwarting. Three-pointer on the way. That's no good. Bagan there with the rebound. And the block, a two-handed block that time by Hahn. And the Swedes come away with the basketball. 4:06 to go. Graham accelerates in. And that's two more for Clement. 3 shots right at the basket. He's made them all. It's 10-0, 3:55 to go. Mustangs yet to get on the board. Gothenburg's doing a great job defensively. They extend that defense out. Now here's a three by Ryan Schwarting, and that's no good. So the Mustangs very cold from the outside. 0 for 4 from the three-point line. Here's Clement coming in, and a blocking foul called on Corby Campbell. So everything going Gothenburg's way in the early going. 3:37 to go. And Clement now at the free throw line. So into the game to replace Messersmith is number 14. That's Bennett Folkers. He is a 6-foot sophomore. So Clement with 2 shots with 3:37 to go. Clement, apparently I missed that he made the basket. And the free throw makes it 13-0 on the three-point play. Under 3.5 to go, and there's another takeaway. Gothenburg is just deadly with that pressure. And Graham lays that one in. It's 15-0, and this thing's getting away from the Mustangs in a hurry. Mustangs having trouble passing out there on the perimeter as they've got 4 players outside, and they leave it to Clement to guard the paint. And there's another missed shot. The Mustangs 0 for here in the first quarter. Under 3 to go in the first. Graham on the corner for Folkers. Cross court for Hahn. Long three-pointer for him. That one is off the mark. And the rebound is cleared by Ostendorf. To Hahn, who will drive to the baseline. Shot up and a blocking foul called. And I think that's going to be number 2 on Corby Campbell. Campbell picks up his second, so 2 Mustangs with 2 fouls, Nelson and Campbell. Nelson already on the bench. So 2 Mustang starters with 2 fouls in the first quarter. 2:42 to go. First free throw is short off the front of the rim for Hahn. Now Morgan Holbert comes in to take the place of Corby Campbell. So the Mustangs going small here. 3 players under 6 feet, and I don't think Gothenburg has 3 players on their roster that are under 6 feet tall. Hahn makes the second, and it's 16-0, 2:39 to go. Schwarting over the top to Dylan. Now back to Ryan. Ryan drives in, and just having a hard time getting that offense going because they've got arms up in the passing lanes the whole time. Long three-pointer by Ryan Schwarting. That was kind of a frustration 3, and that one's tipped and taken away. Great defense again, but there's Morgan Holbert to pull that one in on the outlet pass. Ryan Schwarting is going to draw the blocking foul. That'll be on Colin Hahn, and that'll be his first. So the Mustangs are going to have to become a little bit more aggressive, I think, put the ball on the floor and penetrate in against this defense. They're trying to pass it back and forth, and the Swedes are doing a great job of getting hands in passing lanes and tipping the ball and keeping the Mustangs out of an offensive rhythm. So Hahn comes out. Messersmith back in. 2:13 left to go in the first. Morgan Holbert has it up top. Now he'll back it out And across to Dylan Schwarting. He'll drive to the basket. Loses it. Across to Bagan. He kicks it out. Morgan Holbert for three. Good! Morgan Holbert puts the Mustangs on the board. It's 16-3, and the drought is over. Just under 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. And now the Mustangs into a 2-3 zone. Got to try and keep themselves out of foul trouble. They go over the top. Now they'll double down on Clement. Nice move by Clement that time inside. Spin move and lays it up for two more. It's 18-3 with 1:35 to go. Over the top to Holbert. Into the corner. This is Bagan. Back to Holbert. Skip pass across to Dylan. Back to Ryan. Dylan on the wing. He'll try the three. Good! 18-6, 1:20 to go, and the Mustangs showing signs of life late in the first quarter. Graham sets it up deep. They try to go inside, and that's tipped away. Great defense that time by Sean Combs. Got in front of Ty Clement and tipped that entry pass away. Here comes Ryan Schwarting. Into the corner for Holbert. Now they swing it around. Onto the wing for Bagan. Looks inside and back up to Ryan. Ryan, long three-pointer, top of the key. That one's off the mark, no good. Clement clears the rebound, but there's Dylan Schwarting with the rebound, and he'll slap that one out of bounds. It'll be Mustang basketball. He got it out of bounds off of Will Healy, who's come into the basketball game, off of his knee and out of bounds. And so the Mustangs maintain possession on a hustle play by the young freshman, Dylan Schwarting. Over the top to Dylan Schwarting. Now Ryan on the wing. Skip pass across to Dylan. Top of the key to Morgan. Morgan Holbert looks. Now he'll dribble. And across to Dylan. Back to Morgan. Holbert dribbles to his left. Onto the wing for Ryan Schwarting. Ryan works his way in. Kicks it out for Trace Bagan. Mustangs doing a great job of being patient. And a super job of Morgan Holbert saving that. Let's catch a replay on that. And then a blocking foul called on number 44, Will Healy. That'll be his first, and it will put Dylan Schwarting at the free throw line for two. 21.3 seconds left to go in the first quarter. 18-6. Mustangs trail it by 12, but they've got signs of life here. And now some sort of a confusion here. I think they think that Hahn has blood on his knee. They're going to make him leave the game. So Hahn will have to come out and get that covered up. They're trying to clean up the floor, and that'll give us a little bit of a break. 21.3 seconds left to go in this first quarter. And spring is just around the corner, and True Value of Gordon has everything you need to be prepared, from lawn mowers and hedge trimmers to fertilizer, sprinklers, and more. Stop in at Gordon True Value in downtown Gordon. House cleaning duties are complete, and back to basketball. A pair of free throws here for Dylan Schwarting. 21.3 seconds left. Dylan at the line. First free throws for the Mustangs, and the first one is good. 18-7. And one more for Dylan Schwarting. Lines it up. That one is no good, and the rebound's going to be lost out of bounds by Gothenburg. Two Swedes got their feet tangled up, and that was Healy losing it out of bounds. Mustangs with the basketball, and 19 seconds left to go in the first quarter. They go over the top to Holbert. Holbert, high post for Dylan Schwarting, and he has it taken away, but he'll get it back, and then stolen back away by Messersmith. Mustangs get back on defense in a hurry. Messersmith, 7 seconds to go. Now Folkers drives into the lane, and he's going to be fouled by one of the Mustangs. The fouls piling up against Gordon-Rushville. That foul's on Sean Combs. That's his first. It is the 6th team foul on the Mustangs, and so the entire second quarter, Gothenburg will be in the 1-and-1 bonus. Just 3 fouls on Gothenburg. 1.7 seconds left. Folkers' first is off the front of the rim. Now into the game comes Bryce Kovalevsky for Gothenburg. Also into the game, number 52, that's A.J. Whiting. Gothenburg substitutes very liberally. They're a very deep bench. Second one is good for Folkers. And the time will run out. Mustangs won't even attempt a shot. At the end of one, it is Gothenburg 19 and Gordon-Rushville 7.
These are exciting times here at New Holland Agriculture. It's no secret that dealers define who we are. This group of energized businessmen are delivering like never before. And what are they delivering? New products, service, and equipment for people with field smarts just like you.
Hins Home Furnishings invites you to stop and see their completely remodeled store. New items are arriving daily, and they have a full line of appliances, sofas, recliners, mattresses, and much more. And if you don't see exactly what you're looking for, they can get it for you. They also offer free local delivery. Remember, every dollar you spend locally keeps money in our community. Stop by, visit with the good folks at Hins Home Furnishings in downtown Gordon. So the big difference in this first quarter is the defensive pressure of Gothenburg. They leave Clement all by himself down in the paint underneath the basket, and they stretch that 2-1-2 zone all the way out and extend it. They make it extremely difficult to make any passes out around the perimeter, knowing that they've got the paint covered with the 6'7" big guy inside. The Mustangs are going to have to adjust. We'll see what they have as we start the second quarter. Here's Graham. Gives an elbow to Holbert, and they swing it around. Folkers into the corner for Ostendorf. Back to Folkers. Mustangs in the 2-3. Ostendorf and back to Dawson. Playing catch in there. They try to go inside, and a good play again by the Mustangs, denying that entry pass to Clement. Now they're going to try and trap out top. Holbert splits the defenders. They work it inside. Sean Combs up and good. Sean Combs with 2 points. It's 19-7. 7 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Mustangs have cut it back to a 10-point game here. Now this is Messersmith out front to Folkers on the wing. Playing catch out front. Messersmith will take that long three, and he nails it. 6:55 to go, 22-9. And there's nearly another steal. And Morgan Holbert is going to be fouled. That'll be Messersmith picking up his first. It looks more like a football game. He in the backcourt. As now Hahn back into the game and Folkers heads to the bench. And now Gothenburg's going to go to a man-to-man defense. Ryan Schwarting has it, drives in. Picks up his dribble, now he'll get it out to Nelson. Nelson curls into the paint. Tried to leave it in there for Corby Campbell, and it's taken away by Dawson Graham. Campbell's got to be careful. Good job of not picking up the foul, but Dawson Graham lays it in for 2 more, and it's a 15-point advantage for the Gothenburg Swedes. 6 minutes, 25 seconds to go, second quarter. Into the lane, nice look that time. Great dish. Sean Combs with the finish, 24-9. 6:15 to go, second quarter. We know that the Mustangs can score points in bunches. They're going to have to do that. And as we noted earlier, Gothenburg will be in the 1-1 bonus the rest of the way here in this first half. Just under 6 minutes to go. They work it inside for Hahn. That's blocked by Combs. And another block by Combs. That one's tipped out of bounds. Mustang basketball. So Sean Combs doing great work inside. He's got 4 points and a couple of blocks. So Sean Combs, the junior, coming in off the bench, trying to provide a little bit of a spark for the Mustangs. They trail it 24-11, 5:45 to go in the second quarter. Ryan Schwarting works against Graham. They get it to Nelson, pull-up jumper from the free throw line, but that is short. But the rebound is tipped out of Clement's hands, and it'll stay with the Mustangs. Now, these officials are going to let you reach in and poke at that basketball, and so you need to adjust to that and take advantage of that while you can. Sean Combs comes out of the basketball game. Great work by him down low as Trace Bagan back into the Mustang lineup. 5:34 to go, second quarter. Nelson looks to inbound it. Gets it inside for Campbell, and that's tipped out of his hands. And here comes Messersmith the other way. 2-on-1, tipped. Good defense by the Mustangs. Dawson Graham up and over. That one's not going to go. And they're going to say Trace Bagan pushed off. Battling with Clement for that rebound. And they'll give Trace his first foul, and that's free throws now. A 1-on-1 opportunity for Ty Clement. He's 1 for 1 from the free throw line tonight. He's got 11 points so far in this first half. Make that 12. He averages 12 points a game. I don't know how other teams shut him down. He is a big frame kid, long arms, and when they get it into him, he's very smooth around the basket. Second one is up. That's off the back iron, no good, and rebounded by Corby Campbell. So the Mustangs will set it up. They trail by 14. 5:15 to go before the half. High post for Bagan. Over the top, this is Ryan. Behind the back dribble and out to Nelson. Nelson with the left hand into the paint. Shot up. That one's off the front of the rim and no good. Nelson having a hard time getting untracked in this first half. Under 5 to go. Mustangs still in that 2-3. They go high post for Clement. They kick it back outside for Graham. Down low for Messersmith, and he can't get that to go. Corby Campbell clears the rebound. Ryan Shorting dribbles through traffic. The Mustangs with a 3-on-2. Ryan Shorting all the way in, and he'll draw the foul. Ryan Shorting penetrating in, and that's what the Mustangs are going to have to do as he draws the second foul on Colin Hahn. 4:36 to go, second quarter. Foul is on the floor. No free throws. That is the 5th team foul on Gothenburg. Over the top to Dylan Schwarting. Dylan got the scoring started for the Mustangs with a 3-pointer. And he's added a free throw since. Ryan draws 3 defenders. Over the top to Bagan, kicks it out to Nelson. They swing it around. Ryan, long 3-pointer. That one finds its way home. Ryan Schwarting on the board. Hit the front of the rim, got the friendly roll. And it cuts the lead to 11, 25-14, as we work our way towards the 4-minute mark of the second quarter. High post for Clement. Gothenburg just play and catch. Good quick ball movement. Now they go over the top to Dawson Graham for the alley-oop and the, I don't know, I guess you can call it a dunk. And they'll get the blocking foul at the other end against Patrick Messersmith, and that'll be his second. Nice play that time. Over the top, Dawson Graham is there. The pass right on the money, and he laid it home. So now Messersmith heads to the bench, and Folker's back in. So the next foul will put the Mustangs into the bonus. And back to this 2-on-2 extended zone by Gothenburg. Dylan Schwarting down low for Campbell, kicks it out. Nelson, top of the key, 3-pointer. That one's off the mark. Campbell will be called for his 3rd foul. Corby Campbell battling for that rebound, and now he's got 3. And the Mustangs without the services of Rhett Conroy, not in the starting lineup. Rhett injured, we understand, and a timeout called by the Mustangs. A 1-minute timeout. We will take it with them here on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net.
Cheer for your team and be there for all of the excitement. For championship ticket information, visit the Nebraska School Activities Association's website.
3 minutes, 34 seconds left to go in the first half. Mustangs trail at 27-14. 8 fouls on the Mustangs, 6 on the Gothenburg Swedes. And a little more detailed information on the Rhett Conroy injury. It's an elbow injury. Won't be available tonight, and that is very, very unfortunate timing, as Rhett was one of those you could count on down low, and they really needed all the post players they could have tonight to try and deal with Ty Clement. So the Mustangs missing Rhett Conroy this evening. 3:34 to go in the quarter, and Ostendorf at the free throw line. The first one is good for Riley Ostendorf. So Gothenburg has come out ready to play, and there's a rebound by Clement. Clement turns, and that's the first shot he's missed tonight. Misses the point-blank lay-in that time. It's back to a 14-point advantage for Gothenburg with 3:20 to go in the third quarter. With the Mustangs' outside shooting ability, they are absolutely not out of this game, but they're going to have to find a way to generate some points. Nelson drives in. Sean Combs is blocked, but that'll be the foul against Ty Clement. Picks up his first. Went for the block and got a little too much arm that time. And so Sean Combs will have 2 shots. Sean with 4 points already in this game. Puts it up and good. Ostendorf out, and Healy back in for the Swedes. Combs makes them both. He's got 6 points on the game. That leads the Mustangs. 3:03 to go, 28-16. The lead is cut to 12. Under 3 to go. Dawson Graham, three-pointer. That one's off the front of the rim, no good. And the Mustangs with a chance to cut this to single digits. Dylan Schwarting dribbles up to the top. And now to Bagan. Bagan will work to his right. And now Ryan Schwarting works against Graham. Drives into the lane. Cut off, kicks it out. Nelson will try the three. That one is short. And Jared Nelson just hasn't found the range yet tonight. 2:20 left to go before the half. Graham over the top to Hahn. Long three-pointer for Hahn. That one's no good, and the rebound by Jared Nelson. Nelson up the left side to Dylan Schwarting. Drives in all the way under. Kicks it up top for Trace Bagan. He'll try the three. That one no good, and rebounded by Hahn. The Mustangs trying to drive and dish. And here's a three-pointer that misses everything. They get it inside to Clement, but he has it stripped out of bounds. It'll be Mustang basketball. Clement lost it as he was trying to get that loose ball. Mustangs will have it. 1:47 to go in the second quarter. They trail it by 12. Both teams in the 1-1. The Mustangs withstood that initial rush by Gothenburg, and now they've been able to kind of hang in there, but it's time to start chipping away at that lead. Ryan Schwarting wanted that long three. Drives in, has it stripped away, but he gets it back. Kicks it out to Bagan. And now to Ryan on the wing. That shot, good! Ryan Schwarting for three. He's got 6 points, and the lead is cut to 9. 1 minute and 15 seconds left to go before the halftime break. Folkers over the top to Hahn. And that's taken away by Dylan Schwarting. 2-on-1. Ahead to Ryan Schwarting. Stops. Leaves it for Dylan, and they're going to say that he traveled. Ryan trying to make one more pass and give Dylan that easy lay-in. He had him trailing, and he knew he was there, but he slid a pivot foot. And a timeout called by Gothenburg. 1 minute and 1 second left to go in the first half. Grocery Mart in downtown Gordon is your full-service grocery store, and they have that personal hometown atmosphere that everybody loves. That's at the Grocery Mart in Gordon. And folks, tax season is here. Accountant Carol Child is your one-stop resource for all of your accounting and tax needs and a whole lot more. Give her a call at 282-0842, or you can stop by the office at 216 South Main Street in Gordon. And it pays to have an accountant on your side. Just over a minute left to go in this first half. The Mustangs have trimmed that lead, which was as many as 17. They've trimmed it down to just 9. They need a defensive stand here to try and keep this a single-digit game at the half. They've done a good job against Dawson Graham so far. He's got some points, but he hasn't really gone off like he can. Down low, hung up, and the Mustangs get the takeaway with 45 seconds to go. Ahead to Dylan Schwarting, lays it up, and good. Dylan Schwarting now with 6 points, and it's back to a 7-point game. Mustangs starting to feel a little bit of confidence again. 30 seconds to go. They trail it by 7. Gothenburg going to try to hold for the last shot of the first half. This has been a great comeback in this second quarter for the Mustangs. Hahn dribbles with it, 13 seconds, 12, 11, 10 now, and they'll go to work. Hahn has it, works against this zone for the Mustangs. Folkers back to Hahn. He'll penetrate in, outside for Graham. Blocked! Jared Nelson with the block, and then a foul called on Dylan Schwarting. Dylan doesn't like the call, but he made contact, and that'll give the Swedes the opportunity for a 1-and-1 with half a second left to go. So Dylan very unhappy with himself. He picks up his second foul. He doesn't like the call, but there certainly was contact. It was a big block by Jared Nelson to knock that three-pointer down by Dawson Graham. But Graham will be back at the line for a 1-and-1. He's 1 for 2 from the free throw line so far this evening. First free throw is up, and it is no good. And so the foul doesn't do any damage. Holbert gives it a fling, and at the half, the Mustangs have come back. They only trail it by 7. Gothenburg leads it 28-21.
The way we see it, if you're going to call something smart, it better help you get real work done. Help you grow food, feed, and energy independence. Help you get the most with the latest precision farming technology while doing the job right and on time. From combines to tractors to hay tools. Visit your New Holland dealer today to see equipment built New Holland smart.
Visit your authorized dealer today.
New Holland.
So at the half, the Mustangs trail it 28-21. Let's take a look at some unofficial halftime scoring totals for the Mustangs. 3 players with 6 points. Ryan Schwarting, Dylan Schwarting, and Sean Combs, all with 6 points apiece. Morgan Holbert with 3. For the Gothenburg Swedes, Ty Clement leads the way. He's got 12 points. Dawson Graham with 10. Patrick Messersmith with 3. Bennett Folkers, Colin Hahn, and Riley Ostendorf, each with 1 point apiece for Gothenburg. Mustangs trailed it by 12 at the end of the first quarter. That lead extended to 17 before the Mustangs were able to chip away. They've got it back to a 7-point game, so they're definitely within striking distance as we get ready to head towards the second half. 9 minutes left to go in the halftime break, and the Gothenburg cheerleaders performing here at the half. Nelson kicks it out for Schwarting. Underneath for Conroy. Great look. Great look. He's got 6 points. It's 50-29. 6:05 to go. Trace Bagan drives baseline. Flips that shot up and good. Picked off by Jensen coming the other way. Jensen is blocked. Denied by Dylan. Ryan Schwarting loses the handle. Now they go inside for Garrett Wires, and Garrett is blocked by Sean Combs. Great defensive play by Sean Combs. Ryan Schwarting able to hit the brakes. Guarded closely by by Trace Bagan. He's trapped over against the sideline, doesn't make a good pass, and it's Mustangs coming the other way. They flip it to Nelson. Good pass by Nelson. Let's get a replay. Bolender on the dribble. Leaves it in the corner for Nelson. He tries baseline. Scoop shot up and under. Catch a replay on that. Work. Benz with a big pick that time, and the Mustangs return the favor and take it right back. Jared Nelson under the basket, up and good. 5-13. There's another steal. Ryan Shorting takes that one away. Leaves it for Nelson. Nelson is fouled and the basket counts. Makes it both ways now back across to Dylan Shorting. To Jared Nelson cutting down the lane. Nice look for Trace Bagan. Catch a replay on that. Well done. Mustangs out in front. They leave it outside. Morgan Holbert for three. That one is short, but Sean Combs with the rebound. Catch a replay on that one. But he can't quite finish. Combs kicks it outside. Ryan Shorting, little scoop up and under. Catch a replay on a stoppages in play. Marco over the top and take it away. Nifty steal that time to keep your score up to date for you, and I don't always remember. Here's Dylan Shorting down the lane. That is replay worthy. Everspecher answers right back. Here's Dylan Shorting at the other end. Scoops it inside for Sean Combs. Altered his shot. Pull up jumper, no. Tried to go inside with it, but tipped away by the Mustangs and alertly picked up by Dylan Shorting. Dylan with a nifty pass and then back to Ryan. That one. Mustangs are doing a good job of picking up the slack. Ryan tried to go inside, picked up by Rhett Conroy. Good tough work inside, gets his rebound. Mustangs starting to feel it. Lead it by 13. Spin move in the lane to Campbell, up and good. Has it, he'll work to his left. Dylan Shorting, nifty move up and under, and that one is. Just over 5 minutes left to go in the halftime break. The Mustangs have come all the way back. They trail this one by 7, 28-21 here from Sydney in the C1-6 final game between the Gothenburg Swedes and the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. As you can see, we've got the Twitter feed up and running. We've got several tweets, some from as far away as California. Glad to have everybody tuning in this evening. Fire off a tweet if you are a Twitter follower. Include the handle at SC Journal Star. We'll pick that up, and we'd love to air those tweets during the last 4 minutes or so of the halftime break. Trying not to hit the wrong buttons on the computer here as we keep things going here. So again, if you're a Twitter follower, fire off a tweet including the handle at SC Journal Star, and we'll pick that up and run that in the last 4 minutes of the halftime break. Mustangs trailed big. They fell in a hole early, a big hole early. It took them a long time to find the scoreboard, but that finally happened. Dylan Shorting with the big three-pointer got the Mustangs on track, and away they went. They've trimmed that lead all the way down to 7. And don't count this team out. A very, very resilient basketball team. They've been in a lot of tough games so far this season, and they're not about to give in. Let's run down those scoring totals in case you missed them earlier. For the Mustangs, Ryan Shorting, Dylan Shorting, and Sean Combs, all with 6 points apiece. Morgan Holbert with 3. For Gothenburg, it's Ty Clement in the paint, 12 points on some really easy lay-ins. He is a handful down there. Dawson Graham not far behind. He's got 10. Patrick Messersmith has 3. Bennett Folkers, Colin Hahn, and Riley Ostendorf each with 1 point apiece. The Mustangs trailed 19-7 at the end of the first quarter, and that lead continued to expand early into the second, but the Mustangs with a flurry in the last half of the second quarter, and they've cut this lead down to just 7 points. I'm glad to have you along with us here this evening. The certified public accounting firm of Gardner, Lautzenheiser, and Ryan wishes the Mustangs good luck in the district final. Stop in and visit with Sarah Rickgarn, a CPA in the Gordon office. You can find her at 106 North Main Street. She'll take care of all your tax, payroll, and bookkeeping needs. Go Mustangs! And whether you're looking to buy or sell real estate, give Barb Scher a call at 282-1516 and she'll get you taken care of. You can browse her current listings on her website. That's scherrealestate.com, S-C-H-A-E-R realestate.com. And Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville has a new 2015 F-150 Lariat. This truck has to go. It's a crew cab, 6.5-foot box. It's got a 5-liter V8 and a leather interior. It also has a trailer tow package, remote start and navigation, and the list goes on. This truck is beautiful. It is green gem metallic. It's got a camel leather interior. The MSRP on this truck is $54,000 and change, but you can buy it today or tomorrow, as the case may be, for $49,659. Plus, you also get $2,250 in rebates or 0% financing. That is a great deal on a new Ford F-150. And if you mention this ad when you buy the truck, they'll throw in the first full year of oil changes. Stop in and see Chris at Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. 8 minutes on the third quarter clock. We are just about ready for the start of the second half. Mustangs were finally able to diagnose that defensive pressure by the Gothenburg Swedes, and now they come back out into that 2-1-2. They defend that or extend that defense all the way out. It really makes it hard for an offense to get started when you have to start it out near half court. There's a good look inside for Trace Bagan. That's a great way to start the second half. They work it inside, and it's down to just a 5-point game. The Mustangs have come all the way back. 7.5 to go, third quarter. Mustangs in the 2-3 zone. Graham onto the wing for Hahn. Three-pointer, that's off the back iron, no good. Ostendorf is there with the rebound. His follow won't go, tipped out of bounds. Mustang basketball. The Mustangs reached in. These refs will let you do that. You can reach in and slap at that basketball, and you need to take that opportunity to do it. The only thing they really take offense to is coming over the back on a rebound, and that's what's got Corby Campbell in foul trouble. He's got 3, and Corby not on the floor to start this third quarter, and there's a takeaway by Ostendorf, and here comes Messersmith. The Mustangs are going to repeat the favor and take it right back. Ryan Schwarting in, up, and can't quite get it to go, and that'll be a foul on Messersmith as he came over the back of Dylan Schwarting. That's the third foul on Patrick Messersmith. So the Mustangs down by 5, just under 7 to go in the third quarter. Good inbounds play, and the Mustangs have cut it to a 3-point lead. Sean Combs took that and laid it home, 28-25. The Mustangs with 4 straight points to start this third quarter, and you can see their confidence starting to grow. Hahn with the 3-pointer from the wing. That one's off the back iron, no good. Battle for the rebound, tipped out of bounds. It'll be Gothenburg basketball. Folkers will come into the lineup, and Messersmith heads to the bench for Gothenburg. 6 minutes, 34 seconds left to go, third quarter. Mustangs back in this thing. They trail it by just 3. That one's tipped away, and another takeaway by the Mustangs. Nelson down low for Combs. He kicks it out. Nelson, three-pointer from the corner. Can't get that to go, and Nelson just can't find the range this evening. Hahn drives all the way in, lays it up hard off the glass, and battled for the rebound, slapped out of there. Hahn gets it. His shot, no good, and the Mustangs will control the rebound, and a traveling call on Sean Combs. I don't know about that, but he was trying to tip that basketball as he went by and couldn't get it done. And they'll give it back to Gothenburg with 6:05 to go in the third quarter. Not everyone goes your way. They get it into Dawson Graham, 3-pointer from the corner. That one no good. Folkers there with the rebound and the putback, and it is good. Bennett Folkers extends the lead back to 5 as we're under 6 to go in the third quarter. Nelson to the wing. Now he'll peel it back out and gets it to Ryan Schwarting. Nelson on the wing. They go down low for Combs again. He'll kick it out. Ryan Schwarting in the corner. Ryan, skip pass over the top to Dillon. And now back up to Nelson. Nelson drives in, kicks it out. Dillon Schwarting, three-pointer. That one's off the back iron, no good. And Sean Combs nearly with the foul that time. Mustangs still controlling that offensive rebound. And that one's then taken away and lost out of bounds. It'll stay with the Mustangs. Ostendorf with the steal. Ryan wanted the foul, but that's how these refs call it. And they've called it both ways. Nothing wrong with that. 5:19 to go, third quarter. Mustangs down by 5. Ryan trying to inbound it. Gets it into Dillon. Picks up his dribble, and now he's kind of hung up, but he gets it to Ryan Schwarting. He'll drive in all the way into the paint. Extra pass. Combs hands it off to Nelson. Has it poked away, and he'll track it down. Nelson into the paint. Kicks it out for Dillon Schwarting. Three-pointer. That one's no good. And there's Trace Bagan with another big rebound. Ryan for 3. Good! Ryan Schwarting's got 9 points, and the Mustangs are within 2. The closest they've been since the early moments of the first quarter. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the third. Mustangs still in that 2-3 zone. High post over the top to Clement. Too much, and the Mustangs pick it up. Here they come, 3-on-2. Ryan Schwarting stops, kicks it out. Trace Bagan for 3. That one's off the front of the rim, no good, and tipped out of bounds by Sean Combs. It'll go back over to Gothenburg. So the Mustangs look like a whole different team coming out in this third quarter. Trim that lead down to just 2 at 30-28. 4 minutes, 8 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Graham, three-pointer from the wing. That one is good. Can't leave him alone. He is a sniper out there. It pushes the lead back to 5. Ryan Schwarting has it slapped out of his hand. He'll get it back out to Jared Nelson with 3:50 to go. Nelson works around the top. Has that one slapped away. Now a battle for it, and Graham will come up with it. Graham up off the floor, drives baseline, puts it up, a good foul, and count the basket. Graham with a chance for the three-point play. Makes it 35-28. A chance to extend that lead. Now Corby Campbell comes back in. He'll give Sean Combs a breather. Sean doing a great job inside tonight. And a well-earned rest for him. 3:35 to go. 7-point lead for Gothenburg. Mustangs had it down within 2. Graham puts that free throw up, and it is good. And Graham with all of the scoring in the second half for Gothenburg. He's got 6 points. Here's Bagan in the corner. He'll drive to the baseline, kicks it underneath for Campbell. Count the basket and the foul. Great job, tough work inside by Corby Campbell. And Ty Clement comes up just a little bit gimpy after committing that foul. 2 shots for Corby Campbell. He's yet to find the scoreboard this evening. 6-point game, 3:21 left to go, third quarter. First one is up, and it is good. Corby earns another. Count the basket. So excited, we got to remember what we're doing here. So it's a 3-point play for Corby Campbell. And a 5-point game again at 36-31. They go high post, and the Mustangs take that one away. Ryan Schwarting with the steal. So Nelson works out front with it against this extended 2-on-2. Across to Morgan Holbert, who's come into the game. Try to trap Nelson. He dribbles through the pressure, kicks it out. Corby Campbell, that shot may have been partially blocked. It didn't look good coming out of his hand, and it's controlled by Gothenburg with 2 minutes and 37 seconds to go in the third quarter. They go inside to Clement. Clement up and under, missed the shot. gets his rebound and puts it back for 2. His first points of this third quarter, and the lead is back to 7. 2:20 to go, third quarter. Nelson into the corner, and a foul called on Hahn. He doesn't like it. He gave a hip to Jared Nelson, and that is his third. Three fouls on Gothenburg in this second half, just one for the Mustangs. Holbert dribbles out front with it. Now gets it in the hands of Ryan Schwarting. Back to Holbert, they swing it to Nelson. Jared yet to find the scoreboard. High post for Bagan. Ryan in the corner and back to Holbert. Holbert pull-up jumper at the free throw line, good. Morgan Holbert's got 5 points. 38-33, we're under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Holbert slaps the floor, ready for defense. 2-3 zone by the Mustangs. Folkers up top, and they swing it around. And this is Healy who's back into the game. And now Ostendorf, he'll pull it back up between the circles. Now they work it inside for Clement, and he traveled with it. Corby Campbell playing great defense, trying to deny that entry pass, and they get the traveling call. So they've, for the most part, neutralized Ty Clement in this second half. 1.5 minutes to go. The Mustangs trail it by 5. High post for Bagan. Good look underneath for Campbell. Good! Corby Campbell with 5 second half points, and the Mustangs back within 3 with 1:20 to go in the third quarter. And a timeout called by Gothenburg with 1 minute and 15 seconds left to go in this third quarter. It's a full 1 minute timeout. We'll take it with them here on Sheridan County.
Putting burgers on the grill and cheese on burgers doesn't just happen. It takes a lot of smart farmers making smart decisions all along the way. We're committed, along with our dealers, to delivering the hay tools and all the other equipment you need to get the job done right. New Holland.
One minute, 15 seconds left to go in the third quarter. The Mustangs all the way back within 3. Say thanks to sponsors of today's game: the First National Bank of Gordon, Strong Insurance, Gordon True Value, Hins Home Furnishings, Grocery Mart, Carol Child Accountant, Gardner, Lautzenheiser, and Ryan CPAs, Share Real Estate, Sides and Milburn Ford, Modern Farm Equipment, and of course, the Sheridan County Journal-Star, your source for all the news that is news in Sheridan County. So Gothenburg with the basketball, 1:10 to go, third quarter. Folkers up top. Now they've switched to a little bit of a 1-4 look to have the Gothenburg Swedes, trying to get a little bit different look against this Mustang zone. It's been very effective in this second half. They go high post for Clement, and now back to Ostendorf. Into the corner for Folkers. Skip pass all the way across to Graham. He'll drive baseline, behind the back dribble, and he'll pull it back out. Steps back behind the three-point line, lets it fly. That's no good, and the rebound cleared by Trace Bagan. Mustangs up the floor in a hurry. Ryan Schwarting goes in, and he'll get the foul. Aggressive move by Ryan Schwarting, and he's going to pick up the third foul against Ty Clement, and that's a big one. 36 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Ryan Schwarting, 5'8", went in and challenged the 1 foot taller Ty Clement, challenged him and drew the foul. First free throw is off the back iron and no good for Ryan, but he's got one more coming. And now A.J. Whiting, the 6'6" sophomore, comes into the game to replace Clement, who will have to head to the bench with 3 fouls. Schwarting lines up the second, and he makes it. Ryan with a couple of huge free throws on Thursday night to ice that game against the Chadron Cardinals. 2-point game. Mustangs have never led. Under 25 to go in the third. Graham, they work it high post to Whiting. Kicks it outside, and that's a three-pointer by Folkers. He's got 5 second half points. Pushes the lead back to 5. 10 seconds to go. Nelson back up top for Ryan Schwarting. Ryan with the long three-pointer. That one's off the back iron and no good. Campbell with the rebound, kicks it out. Nelson with the three. That one is no good at the buzzer. And at the end of three, 41-36, Gothenburg with the lead.
These are exciting times here at New Holland Agriculture. It's no secret that dealers define who we are. This group of energized businessmen are delivering like never before. And what are they delivering? New products, service, and equipment for people with field smarts just like you.
We head to the fourth quarter. The Mustangs trail it by 5, 41-36. As we head to the fourth, Gothenburg has 4 fouls, 4 team fouls. The Mustangs with just 1 foul in this second half. Two very evenly matched teams. Gothenburg came out strong to start the game. Mustangs took some time to adjust to that defensive pressure, but they've got a handle on it, and they've clawed their way back into this. They've been as close as 2. Now the lead is 5 as they head to the fourth quarter. And don't forget, the Mustangs trailed by 7 midway through the fourth against Chadron on Thursday night. Came back to send that to overtime and get to this final. 8 minutes left to go in regulation here. Folkers claps his hand and calls for the basketball. Mustangs into the man-to-man now. Graham works against Ryan Schwarting. Heads baseline, he's cut off. Works underneath, up and under, and it is good. Dawson Graham extends the Gothenburg lead to 7. The Mustangs with some work to do. 7:35 to go, fourth quarter. Jared Nelson yet to find the scoreboard tonight. Hard to keep him scoreless, and now a 1-3-1 zone by the Gothenburg Swedes. Into the corner for Bagan, three-pointer. That's no good, but rebounded by Nelson. Into the corner for Ryan. And now to Dylan. Across to Nelson, but that is a pass that's just a little bit too long, and a good block that time by Dylan Schwarting. Back come the Mustangs the other way. Nelson all the way in, up and under, good. Jared Nelson finally on the board. 6:50 to go, 43-38. And back to a 5-point advantage. Dawson Graham onto the wing and back to Graham. And now the Mustangs back to the 2-3. Trying to switch it up and keep Gothenburg off balance. Into the corner for Folkers. Down low for Hiding, and he'll kick it out. Ostendorf and around to Graham. High post for Folkers. He'll drive in, kicks it back out. Here's Graham for 3 in the corner. That's no good. And Folkers with the rebound. Here's Healy with the three-pointer. In and out, and no good. That will be Gothenburg basketball, as they'll say that Bagan touched it last. And now Hahn and Clement back into the game. Both of those players with 3 fouls. Here's Hahn. And that one's tipped out of bounds by Corby Campbell. Corby has done a great job in this second half on Ty Clement. They go into him again, fall away jumper. That one won't go. Folkers with the rebound and a foul on Dylan Schwarting. Dylan picks up his 3rd. Hotly contested rebound that time. And Dylan's called for the foul. 6:01 left to go in the fourth quarter. Just 2 team fouls against the Mustangs. 4 on Gothenburg. Hahn around to Folkers and into the corner for Graham. Graham drives baseline. Shot up, and that won't go. Rebound hits the floor and taken away by Bagan, but they're going to say jump ball, and it'll be Mustang basketball on the alternating possession. So the defense holds tight that time for the Mustangs. Trying to cut into this 5-point lead. Onto the wing for Nelson. Nelson has that pass tipped, but Dylan comes up with it. He'll dribble it back out up top for Ryan. Ryan drives into the top of the key, spin move, and he traveled. A little bit of contact as he got there, and they'll turn it over. 5:37 to go. Mustangs need to make every possession count from here on out. Graham walks it across. Ossendorf on the wing. Up top for Hahn. Swing it around to Folkers. Into the corner for Graham. He drives baseline, leaves it for Clement. Blocked, and a foul called. Corby Campbell just picked up his fourth. And that will bring Sean Combs into the game. Clement to the free throw line. 2 for 3 tonight. First one is off the front of the rim. Messersmith back into the game for Gothenburg as Sean Combs back in. Combs and Campbell have done an outstanding job this evening, especially in this second half against Clement. Clement lines up the second, and he makes it. Stretches the lead out to 6. Still just a 2-possession game. 5:15 to go in the fourth. Nelson hands it off to Dylan Schwarting. 1-3-1 zone. Extend that all the way out. Mustangs like to go all the way across court, but that's dangerous. This is a quick bunch. Back to Dylan. He'll try the three-pointer, and that's off the back iron. It hits the support, and that'll be Gothenburg basketball. The Mustangs, with only one three-pointer in this second half, they've got it done inside a lot better here in the third and fourth quarters. But they'd sure like to get those long-range threes to start falling. Ossendorf. High post for Graham. Underneath for Clement. Up and good. They got him free that time. And back to an 8-point lead. 4.5 to go. Nelson drives in, kicks it out to Dylan Schwarting. Dylan cross court to Ryan. Into the corner for Bagan. They work it inside for Nelson. Kicks it outside. Dylan tracks that one down. Into the corner. Nelson, baseline. That one's blocked by Clement and controlled by Messersmith. Clement got those long arms up and knocked that one down. 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Hahn works against Dylan Schwarting. They get it in the hands of Dawson Graham. He'll dribble to his right. Drives in. Lost the basketball. And then a foul called on one of the Mustangs. Sean Combs, the guilty party. He picks up his second. And it puts Dawson Graham at the free throw line for 2. He's 2 for 4 tonight. Timeout called on the floor by Gothenburg. And we'll take it with them.
Cheer for your team and be there for all of the excitement. For championship ticket information, visit the Nebraska School Activities Association's website.
Three minutes and 46 seconds left to go here in this fourth quarter. The Mustangs trail by 8. They've been here before. They trailed by 7 halfway through the fourth quarter on Thursday. They can certainly do this, but they've got to find some offense, and they need to get some defensive stops if they're going to keep it close down the stretch. It'll be free throws for Gothenburg. They got an 8-point lead and a chance to extend that here from the free throw line. And Dawson Graham at the line, he's 2 for 4 tonight. Graham averages 20 points a game, and he's just under that right now. First free throw is off the back iron and no good. 3:46 left to go in this fourth quarter. Graham's second free throw is also off the mark, tipped out of bounds, and it'll be Gothenburg basketball. Ossendorf got in there and battled for that rebound. and able to get the Swedes an extra possession. Messersmith down low for Clement, up and good. Clement is just wearing out the Mustangs down low, and that lead is now back to 10. Mustangs had it chipped down to 2 points at one point here in this fourth quarter. And now they got a tall mountain to climb. Three-pointer by Ryan, and it's good! And a timeout called by the Mustangs. 3 minutes and 21 seconds left to go in the fourth. Back to a 7-point game. Full 1 minute timeout by the Mustangs. Gives us a chance to remind you that the First National Bank of Gordon proudly celebrates over 125 years of locally made decisions and supporting our community. And it's never too early to start checking some of those spring projects off your to-do list, especially when the weather's as nice as it has been lately. There's no better place than Gordon True Value to get everything you need from paint to tools so you can do the job right. Stop in and see Buck and his gang at Gordon True Value in downtown Gordon. Family owned since 1932, Strong Insurance is your independent insurance company. They offer all forms of insurance. Stop in today at 224 North Main Street in Gordon. And Grocery Mart is your full-service grocery store. They've got that personal hometown atmosphere that everybody loves, located right there in downtown Gordon. 3 minutes, 21 seconds left to go fourth quarter. Mustangs trail it by 7. 4 fouls for each team. And that could loom large for the Mustangs as they trail it by 7. If they need to foul, they've got a ways to go before they can force Gothenburg to shoot. Now the Mustangs are going to put some full court pressure on. Try and force the issue here a little bit in the last part of the fourth quarter. Graham drives all the way in, leaves it for Clement. Up and good. Got the defender in the air and pushes the lead back to 9 with 3 minutes to go. Over the top, Combs is there, and he kicked it out for Trace Bagan, but Trace had cut to the basket, and they'll turn it back over. Combs will head to the bench. Corby Campbell comes back in. Corby playing with 4 fouls. 2 minutes, 56 seconds left to go, and the Mustangs trail it by 9. They're going to need a big comeback here. You're going to need a little bit of magic if they're going to pull this one out. They try to trap Graham. The Mustangs can afford to give some fouls. Graham all the way around, lays that one up, and that one just won't quite clear the rim. The Mustangs with the basketball, and they're on a mission now. Quickly up the floor. Nelson over the top to Ryan. Ryan looks, now he'll dribble and gets it to Dylan Shorting. He drives baseline all the way underneath, kicks it out, they swing it around. Ryan open for 3, takes the shot. That one's off and rebounded by Hahn. Graham quickly up the floor, ahead to Clement. He'll lay it up and good. And Gothenburg putting the hammer down now. They're up by 11 with 2:10 to go. Time running out on the Mustangs here. Three-pointer on the way for Nelson. That's no good and rebounded by Hahn. And the Mustangs, no foul there as Dylan Shorting tips that one out of bounds. But 11-point lead. The Mustangs are going to have to try and find ways to extend this game. Not far from needing to commit some fouls here. Over the top to Hahn. Inside, that's tipped away, but the Mustangs can't quite control it. And it'll stay with the Swedes with 1:50 to go in the fourth quarter. As this game winds down, important to note that these Mustangs a year ago won 4 games. They were 4-16, knocked out in the first round of sub-district play. They went from worst to first in the sub-district, and here they are. They find themselves with 18 wins this season, and in the district final, Hahn drives in, and he's going to be fouled. They'll say he was in the act of shooting, and that'll put Hahn at the free throw line. 5th foul on the Mustangs. That's the 4th on Dylan Shorting. So Colin Hahn is 1 for 2 tonight from the line. 1:38 left to go in the fourth quarter. Hahn lines it up and drops it in. Extends that lead to 12. And things look bleak for the Mustangs here. The second one is also good. And that's a 5-possession game. And a timeout called by the Mustangs. Hins Home Furnishings invites you to come and see their completely remodeled store. New items are arriving daily, and they have a full line of appliances, sofas, recliners, mattresses, and much more. And if you don't see exactly what you're looking for, they can get it for you. They also offer free local delivery. And remember, every dollar you spend locally keeps money in our community. And tax season is here, and accountant Carol Child is your one-stop resource for all of your accounting and tax needs and much more. Give her a call at 282-0842 or stop by her office at 216 South Main Street in Gordon. And it does pay to have an accountant on your side. And Sides and Milburn Ford has a new 2015 F-150 Lariat. This is a beautiful truck, but it has to go. It's a crew cab, 6.5-foot box, 5-liter V8, leather interior trailer tow package, remote start, navigation. It's got all the bells and whistles. It's green gem metallic with a camel leather interior. List price on that is over $54,000, but you can take it home tomorrow for under $50, $49,659 plus $2,250 in rebates or 0% financing. Great deal on a Ford F-150. Check it out at Sides and Milburn Ford and do it tomorrow. Mustangs need 3-pointers, and there's a steal by Ostendorf, and that won't help the cause. 1:20 to go, and the Mustangs are going to have to foul. Graham all the way in. Messersmith lays it up, and good. And that's probably going to be the last nail in the coffin as we work our way past 105, and another steal and a foul by Jared Nelson, and it'll be free throws for Gothenburg with 1:04 to go. Jared Nelson picks up his third foul with 1:04 to go. It's on the floor, so no free throws. That is the 6th team foul, so now Gothenburg in the 1-1. They've got a 15-point lead with a minute left to go in this ball game. A 5-possession game. Mustangs need to get something to happen to go their way here. That one's stolen and then taken back by Hahn. Ostendorf, 45 seconds to go. Ostendorf in, kicks it out for Hahn. Good head fake down low and then taken away and slapped right back, and it'll go back over to Gothenburg with 36 seconds left. And this, folks, looks like the end of the Mustangs season. They rode a 9-game winning streak coming into this game, but Gothenburg is no doubt a very, very good team. They've got size, they've got the outside shooting, and we certainly wish them the very best as they will undoubtedly head to the state tournament next week. Underneath for Ostendorf, he lays it up and good. Extends the lead, 20 seconds to go. And the Mustangs have had a great run. It's been an awful lot of fun, folks, to follow these young men and to watch them grow as a team this season. Nothing to be ashamed of here. Ryan can't get that 3-pointer to fall. They'll toss it back in, back to Jared Nelson. Finally, Jared will get a 3-pointer to go at the buzzer, but it's too little too late. Final score, 58-44. Gothenburg wins the C1-6 final, and they will head to Lincoln to the state tournament. And as we said earlier, absolutely nothing to be ashamed of for these Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. They had an outstanding season. Very proud to cover these young men this season. Hope you enjoyed us bringing you this coverage all season long. We look forward to doing it again next year. Let's take a look at some final unofficial scoring totals here. We'll try to add those up. We'll just kind of do that on the fly. Morgan Holbert finished with 5 points. Ryan Schwarting finished with 13. Dylan Schwarting finished with 6. Corby Campbell had 5. All of those came, I believe, in the third quarter. Trace Bagan with 2. Jared Nelson with 5. And Sean Combs with 8. For the Gothenburg Swedes, Dawson Graham, 10, 15, 18 points for Graham tonight. Mustangs held him under his season average, but it wasn't enough. Bennett Folkers finished with 6. Patrick Messersmith with 5. Colin Hahn had 3. Riley Ostendorf with 3. Ty Clement, though, did the damage for Gothenburg this evening. 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 23 points for Ty Clement in the winning effort for the Gothenburg Swedes. Gothenburg improves to 20-7. Final score, Gothenburg 58, Gordon-Rushville 44, and Mustangs accept the C16 runner-up trophy. Ryan Schwarting very disappointed, of course. His last game as a senior, but he left it all on the floor. The Mustangs really with an outstanding season. They just ran into more than what they could handle here this evening as Gothenburg gets ready to cut the nets down as they will advance to the state tournament in Lincoln. Congratulations to Gothenburg. Folks, make sure you say thanks to all of our sponsors this season. They have been a great bunch. They've allowed us to go all over the Panhandle this season and bring you some great basketball games. Those sponsors, you know who they are by now. We're going to run through them one more time. The First National Bank in Gordon, Strong Insurance, Gordon True Value, Hins Home Furnishings, the Grocery Mart, Accountant Carol Child, Gardner Lautzenheiser and Ryan, Barb Share Real Estate, Sides and Milburn Ford, Modern Farm Equipment, and of course, the Sheridan County Journal-Star, your source for all the news that is news in Sheridan County. Again, the final score here from Sydney, Gothenburg 58, Gordon-Rushville 44. And again, we wish the Gothenburg Swedes the best of luck as they head to Lincoln for the state tournament next week. For cameraman Jesse Moss and broadcast engineer Jacob Grover, I am Clint Anderson. We will look forward to seeing you next season for more exciting Gordon-Rushville Mustang basketball. Thank you very much for tuning in to SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. Holy crap, we had over 300 people, and that is absolutely honest. Completely, totally.
It was kind of one of those things where I didn't know if, I didn't really think they'd probably want to take a picture with the runner-up trophy, so I just...
No, that's fine, yeah.